Hey all, Courtney Lyons here with Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. And this is going to be a fun kind of whip and chat sort of thing. It is, I believe it's called a tag. But Michaela Renee, another diamond painting content creator, has made this tag where she's tagged a few other creators and she's made some questions about diamond painting and then she's answered them herself in a whip and chat. And I thought, well, I got tagged. So I was like, oh, I'll do this. And I felt so old. I was like, what is a tag? Like, what do I do? So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be answering some questions and then tagging some people as well by the end. And then I would love for you viewers who don't have channels to answer what you want to answer in the comments. That would be really fun to hear from you guys too. And then also, if I don't tag you on this, because I think she only tagged like 5 people, so I put like 6 or 7 on here. If I didn't tag you, I'd still love to see if you guys, like Michaela said this too. She's like, even if you're not tagged, you're tagged. Like, we'd love for you to do this as well and tag other people and then let us know, like tag us. Sorry, I'm saying this as if like this was a me and her thing. It wasn't. This is all her. I just mean like tag her too because she's the one that came up with it. And then tag me if you watch this video and then we're going to make a video because I'd like to go see it too. I think we would both like to go watch anything that you guys have done for this. So there are, I believe, let me see, 25 questions. So I don't know how long this will be. I figure I'll just keep going until I've answered the questions. So yeah, let's go ahead and start. First, let me show you, I am working on NFL, which is a Margaret Morales. You can probably tell by the face. And I only have, let me move it so you can see. This is all I have left are these 6 squares. So I'm really excited to work on this for a little bit before everything gets crazy tonight because we are doing another LARP, which is going to be so much fun. So let's zoom in right here. We're kind of on a, I mean, I wouldn't call it a boring part, but not like, there's not much shape to this part. You know what's wild? I've just been on a roll with this kit. I just want to keep going. It's so much fun. Okay, so some of the questions I don't know the answer to, or don't really like know how to answer. They're really good questions. It's me. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. And we'll get to those when we get there. Okay. So let's go ahead and start on number 1, which is how many diamond paintings completed. And I'm actually going to pull this out since we're doing that, because I actually need to look. It says my last one that I finished was, definitely don't have Rose Library finished. Was it the paint gem ones? Yeah. So I have 22 overall finishes. But I'm counting smaller ones like paint gems and stuff like that. Finishes are a little bit hard because people have different size finishes, and I do a mixture of very large kits, medium kits, and small kits, which is actually the answer to another question, but so we'll get into that more. But yeah, 22 finishes, and loving it. That's overall. That's not this year. I think this year was, I forgot what this year was. Let me open that up again and let you know. This year is 13 finishes. So this next one, when I finish this, is going to be finish number 14. And yeah, oh my gosh, I love doing diamond painting. It is so much fun. So we're going to start here with the ABs and tweeze them. Number 3, here it is. Okay, so that's how many I've completed overall. How many do you have? Now that's a trick question. I don't know how many I have. I did put up a stash video if you want to go see what I have. I have added to the stash since then, even though I shouldn't have. So, yeah, don't judge. But also, I realized I never counted them up. I mean, it has to be at like over 50, but I don't think I'm in the hundreds. I mean, I know I'm not in the hundreds by any means, but, I have a lot. I have a lot. Especially if you're counting all my paint gem kits, then that might get me up well past 50. So, yeah, I have a lot, and I love each and every one that I have. I've destashed all the ones that I'm uncertain about, and I thought I would destash more, and I haven't, even though I probably should. We'll get there. I I feel like if I'm going to destash them, I have to wait until I'm like, maybe I won't get to that one, you know? I just don't want to have regret destashing one and then having to go and buy it later, you know what I mean? I guess nothing is a have to. I guess some things I can just be like, I just don't need to have them in general because I don't need them, not because I want them. So have to is a relative word. It should be more of like a want, which should be the word that I use. And then question number 3 is backstory of diamond painting. I know she questions, like, she has like actual questions, and I'll actually copy and paste those onto my video when I put it up so that you can see the actual questions. I mean, these are the actual questions, but like worded the way that she worded them, Michaela Renee, I mean. And that way, if you do decide to do a video yourself or want to comment below on some of the answers, that way you have them. They'll be in the description box. So the backstory of my diamond painting is an interesting one. I did talk about it in a whip and chat, but like one of the super early whip and chats, so maybe a lot of you guys would not have heard it. So we recently moved from Utah to Idaho, and when we did that, we left a lot of stuff behind. We still have a lot of the stuff behind because the house we're in is already furnished and already has a lot of stuff in it. So we had to really consolidate and figure out what we were bringing because we didn't know if we were going to stay here long term. And now we do know that we're going to stay here long term, but our stuff is still there. Well, so it was a long way of saying, when I was packing, I really was trying to decide what to bring and decide if it was worth bringing, like what was it I wanted to have the kids do, especially like crafting things. Like I already knew what I needed and didn't need for most other stuff. But like crafting and homeschool, I'm like, I have to be picky about what I'm bringing. And as I was packing everything up, I had these 2 diamond paintings. They're very budget kits. I got them off of, I don't even know. Like it might have been like a Pinterest ad or something. And it was like, I think I got both of them for like $10. And they're just small ones. And they were all rolled up with their little packs and stuff. I was like, what is this? Because I bought them a long time before and then just stuck them in my drawer and then like completely forgot about it for like I think a year before I saw them again when I was packing things up and rearranging and trying to decide what to bring. And I was like, what the heck is this? Oh, right, that's like the one thing with the jewels or whatever is what I thought in my head. And anyway, I was kind of like, yeah, why not? And so I stuck it in there because I was like, well, I'm sure the kids would have fun with something like this. And fast forward to we're here and we've unpacked. We've been here for a few months. I mean, we've been here almost a year now. I just mean like up to this point. We'd been here for a few months, and it was October, and we watch what is called General Conference for church. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and so they do General Conference every twice a year, and it's where we listen to our like general authorities and prophet and leaders of the church talk about just spiritual things, and it's really uplifting. I love it. It really is amazing. Well, that evening and that morning before it started and everything, our boat sank, which is a whole nother story. If you want to hear that another day, that I'll totally tell it again. But our boat sank, and sorry if you're gonna hear some noise because the kids. But so that was crazy. We were bailing it out. We had to pull it up on shore and everything like that. And conference had already started. It was a Saturday morning. And finally, we were like, well, we can't do anything else about it until the waves die down. And so our only choice was to just come back inside, and we turned on conference, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do to keep my mind, like my hands busy while we watch conference? I don't feel any peace at all right now. And so we sat and watched conference, and then finally I sat up and I was like, I have to have something to do. So I was going to get one of my coloring books. But then I saw when I opened the drawer to get the colored pencils out, I was like, oh, I had the diamond paintings right there on top. I was like, maybe I should get this out. And so I grabbed them out. We kind of like, I wasn't watching a video how to, so I like had to use the pen without the wax for a little while until I finally realized that the wax goes in the pen. Watch it, like really the first time that you diamond paint, you really do use those how-to packets, because that's what I use as the instructions. And because I wasn't turning on YouTube because we had conference on, and I was hooked, so hooked. And it was just a budget kit. Like, I mean, end of story when I tried Diamond Art Club like later that month. And it just brought so much peace in the anxiety that we were feeling, that I was feeling. Greg didn't really try it, that I was feeling with the whole boat thing. And the kids got into it and enjoyed it. Zinnia still loves it, even though Oakley kind of was like, not for me after all. But he was into it for a little while, a few months there. Anyway, it's just has been my anxiety relief, and it was just so stark of a difference to go from bailing out a sinking boat to diamond painting. And I was like, oh my gosh, my stress melted away. Seriously, that's what they say in the Diamond Art Club ads, is watch your stress melt away or something like that. Anyway, it really did feel like it melted away. So that is my first experience diamond painting, and I don't think I've ever been this hooked to anything. Even I mean, I love crocheting and knitting and stuff like that, but even then I feel like I didn't crochet or knit nearly as much this year because I got into diamond painting. Plus all my yarn is at our old house. So all right, so that was my long-winded version of how my backstory of diamond painting. Number 4, if you could purchase from one company, which would it be and why? I feel like I still need to try a lot of different companies, but even then I do feel like I already know it would be Diamond Art Club. That would be my only one. So maybe I'll like give a little caveat and say Diamond Art Club will obviously be my go-to if I could only buy from one. Maybe I should say like also if I could only buy from one diamond painting company that isn't Diamond Art Club. Gosh, that one's a hard one. Let me see. Let's see. Quality-wise, honestly, I love Diamonds on Canvas LLC. I love their drills. I haven't tried the round drills yet, which are acrylic, but they look really good. Catherine's the one who she's like a one-man show. And I really like the rendering. I don't know, but that one, I think I won't choose that just because she's still so small that she doesn't have a whole lot of variety yet. And it's very specialized, so she like comes out with certain ones at a certain time. But don't let that deter you. You really should try that. Okay, sorry, you'll hear Zinni yelling in the background. Other than that, I just don't feel like I've tried a whole lot yet, but it would probably be... What have I tried and finished so far? I really like my, the one with the diamond. I might have to be Jaded Gem Shop, especially now that she's coming out with, the newer hand-charted kits. Even though I haven't tried them, I've seen them. So I would say Diamond Art Club, Dreamer Designs, and Jaded Gem Shop. I'd say Dreamer Designs and Jaded Gem Shop would be tied, except that love you, Jade, if you see this. And I totally understand why your paintings are more expensive, because the quality is there. But I just wouldn't be able to get as many. So that's why I have them tied. Otherwise, quality-wise, I'd put Jaded Gem Shop above Dreamer Designs. And then there's just so many other good ones. It's hard. There are so many other good ones. I really like my Calming Canvas Designs was really good. I just haven't been able to finish that one yet. I had it kitted up. Paint Gem would maybe be one of the options. I feel like I'm really complicating this question. Paint Gem would be an option, except that they only have small ones, and I don't think I have room in my heart to not ever do large ones. So anyway, to make the answer simple, Diamond Art Club, but probably after that, Jaded Gem Shop or Dreamer Designs, especially since Dreamer Designs with the hand charted and Jaded Gem Shop because of the hand charting now too. Although Munimade, I did just get one and I did look through it and it looks amazing. So really hard. A lot of it is variety for me too. Okay, that is it for that question that I overcomplicated. Oh, it sounds like they're gonna fight in the background. Why don't you pause? Form of entertainment while diamond painting. I'm all over the place with that. I will listen to audiobooks. I will watch shows, unless it's one that I really have to pay attention to and look at. I do podcasts. I love listening to my scriptures on my scripture app while I diamond paint. I'll listen sometimes to music. I do a lot of YouTube while I diamond paint. Either other content creators for diamond painting or LawTube. I do a lot of LawTube. I'll catch up on my video game news and news in general, politics. I listen to a lot of politics. And yeah, that's usually what I do when I diamond paint. Sometimes another form of entertainment I'll take is I'll diamond paint and then I'll do a set of exercises and then back and forth. And that's a way of getting some exercising in. And then number 6, favorite category of diamond painting. You know, that's so hard. I would say that my favorite category of diamond painting would have to be floral, anything with flowers in it. In landscape, I've always been my top favorite kind of art. Floral and landscape and animals. So I would say that's like 3 different categories. I don't know that I could choose between them because it really depends on the painting. I love like a beautiful garden scene with animals and flowers. Like, I love that. But another category that I would say I really, really like, that especially if it's all these things put together, would be item paintings. So like, what's a good... So the recent Dreamer Designs I did that was called Ye Olde Stitching Room, it had a cat in it, it had a bird, it had... In a little bit then, honey. It had... different items in it, and it had scenery and flowers, and so I really, really loved that one so much because it also had, what I love about item diamond painting is all the different, like no matter what square you're doing, you're painting an item. So like this one would not be an item painting. This is definitely a more portrait style, and I still really enjoy this one, but and I'm not bored of it, really, but I'm bored of the subject of it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I really love this one, but I think I love item ones better where there's more things to diamond paint. But this does go quite a bit faster because it is a lot of color blocking. Okay, number 7. Finished kits artists from... Oh, that's what I wrote down. That's not the question. This is my paper in terrible handwriting. I should have just printed it off or something. But what that question is supposed to be is how many, like, which artists have you finished the most kits from? And I honestly don't think I have one yet where I finished more than one kit from more than one artist, except for this one. So once this one's done, it will be Margaret Morales. So I'm going to count it. Oh, that one's not a good one. I'm going to count it as Margaret Morales because I'm pretty close to finishing this one. And it will have been my second one from her. Oops. And there's no other artist that I've had more than one from, I think. As far as stash goes, I'd also say Margaret Morales because I have this chroma... because that's the next question. Artists that you have the most in your collection for would probably be Margaret Morales, which is interesting because she's not my favorite art type. Like, portrait's not my favorite art type, but I love her art so much, and they're really fun to do as diamond paintings. I think that Diamond Art Club renders them so well, and you really have to pick them up before they're gone. Whereas a lot of, like, the floral landscape ones, I'm like, I can sit on because I know I can probably get them later on. And plus there's a lot of variety in the color palettes that are in her art, if that makes any sense. So I do have a lot of hers. I do absolutely love her stuff. Like, that doesn't take away from the fact that I absolutely love her stuff, that I'm saying, like, that one of the reasons I pick her up is because she's gone fast, you know. yeah, it's interesting. I've never been a huge portrait fan before this, but diamond art or diamond painting does really well. Portraits do really well for diamond art painting is what I'm trying to say. So let's see. Let's do number 9, go-to wax and putty. My go-to wax, I would say I don't have a wax that is something that someone can buy. That's my go-to favorite wax. My go-to favorite wax is the one that Julie Knox has made. She's one of my viewers and one of my dear friends, and she makes her own wax out of beeswax, and it smells amazing. And I have it in my small diamond to-go diamond painting clipboard thing because I love taking it places, and I just love that wax. It's so nice. I love it. And it doesn't spill over the edge nearly as much as other waxes, which is usually why I don't like wax. I would also say that patty wax is a really good wax. But as far as waxes go, that's what I would use. But I usually use glue dots. So I glue dots for my home paintings, and then on the go I have her wax, which just worked really good and it smells so good. So I'd use hers more often if it wasn't in my go-to wax or like travel bag, because I just like to keep it in there. So I always have it like when I'm like, oh, let's go, but I can take this with me really fast. It's just already packed. But I do really love glue dots. And then I would say for my putty, I've only tried like 3 putties: Diamond Art Club, Patsy wax or Patsy putty. There we go. Sorry, Patsy putty. And then Kat's diamond painting wax. And I love all 3 of them. And I think I'll really like Diamond Art Clubs when they come out with the new, their new formula, because it's supposed to be a lot less stringy. And that was probably my one issue with it. But I really liked all 3 of them. But I would definitely say that Kat's diamond painting wax is my favorite. It works really well for me, my climate and stuff. I just really like her formula. Let's see, number 10. How do I display my diamond painting? Well, actually, maybe I'll put a picture up right here. Just put up my daughter's on the wall. Usually I'll stick it in a frame, or this one I did a magnetic frame, and with the magnetic ones you kind of have to staple them. And so I'll have shown you that. But yeah, other than that, I put them away in my portfolio. Except right now I don't have anything in my portfolio because I'm going to have to be moving it around a bit, and it needs to, I do have stuff in the portfolio. I mean, I don't have finished ones because they're so much heavier and they're not easy to move. So I have them actually rolled up in a few different boxes and tubes, just hidden away in the closet. So, yeah, we're in a house that doesn't belong to us, so I don't really display them a whole lot. Then we have number 11, keep your new DPs right away. Okay, the question was, do you open them right away, your diamond paintings, when you get them, or do you save them for when you work on them? And my answer is I absolutely do usually open them beforehand, partly because I show you guys on my channel, partly because I just want to see them. Like, once you actually see them, oh my gosh, you just fall in love with them. So I always open them. Number 12, unicorns. So one of my big unicorns, probably my biggest unicorn that I know of, because I haven't done a lot of research to find unicorns, I suppose. Like, I've stumbled across them and been like, oh, I want that. I wonder if I can find it. And then been like, oh, it's completely discontinued, out of stock. I don't see anyone selling this. So I do have a couple of those, but I haven't gone out of my way to figure out what my unicorns are. So these probably wouldn't be my all-time favorites. There are some that I can't think of off the top of my head, nor could I go back and find them, because I'm like, oh, I like that one, and then I haven't thought about it since. But one of them would be Luna Moth Witch by Diamond Art Club and Rita Konya. I just love mint green, and I absolutely love and adore that one. The colors, usually I'm not a big fan of so few colors, with so many like grays and whites and stuff, but something about that one is amazing. I really would have loved to have that one. So if you guys know of anybody. And then also Seize the Day, which is a Craftably. I don't remember the artist, but I do know it's a Craftably, and I desperately want that one. I'd want that one. It's definitely an item type painting. It's a nautical style, and it had the colors are everything that I wished and hoped and dreamed for. I love that one. And then other than that, there's a couple of Josephine Walls, like The Secret Garden, and the one where she's holding a balloon, like there's a girl holding a balloon that is all butterflies. And honestly, there's a lot of Josephine Walls that I want, but specifically Diamond Art Club Josephine Walls. I did have one for a little while. I do kind of regret selling it, but at the same time, it wasn't one that I loved. Like, it was probably one of my least favorites of hers, and I just happened to find it, and then like jump on it and then be like, you know, actually I don't want this one. It was just a Josephine Wall, but that wasn't $150. So definitely some Josephine Walls. So if you are destashing any of those or Josephine Wall at a fair price, I might be interested. So just let me know. Number 13, favorite kit looking forward to work on. Gosh, I seriously did put that. Fave kit looking to work on, question mark. Can you see that? It's ridiculous. Anyway, that one I would say I'm not going to answer right now because I do have a video either coming out next week or the week after, probably the week after, because I have a lot of unboxings and reveals from small shops and from Diamond Art Club that I would really like to get out. But so probably the next week of my top most anticipated kits, which actually Michaela Renee did do one of those as well. And I'm very excited to do that one. I don't want to give away the number one kit that I'm looking forward to working on, especially since it's hard to find a number one kit anyway. It might change by then, so well, at least the top three I know will be the top three. It's just hard to decide which ones in there will be the top three. Let's see. Next one is number 14. Confetti, color blocking, or both. I have to admit to being a confetti girl, but I do like a mixture of both. In fact, if it's something that's pure confetti, then I do start to get like about it. Or I can't work on it for very long, but if it took like a full confetti kit versus like a full color blocking kit, by far the confetti kit, but I do like a mixture of both. Hold on, let me decide which color next to work on. There's a couple of those twos that are, I love these ABs. These are so pretty. What was it? How to choose which diamond painting to work on. I will often base it off of if I want to join an event. Then I will pick one based off of an event. A lot of times I'll base it off of which small shop that I've worked with recently. If they have given me a discount or a kit, then I will certainly put it up as a priority, because I feel like that way, not only for them, but for you guys to be able to see what my opinions are on these kits. But other than those two things, it's completely random, and it's really what I want to do at the time. And even then, those two things, I'm like I have one set up for Summer with the Masters, and this one is actually for Wings and Things. Really, I wanted to work on this one and realized it worked for for Wings and Things. And then as well with the Walmart one that I have that's Starry Night for Summer with the Masters. It just kind of worked. And so I wanted to do them, and then I figured out what was going to work for them. But sometimes which one I want to work on next does, what's the word for it? have a sway on what I work on next. Like I'm probably going to kit up a Craftibly after this one is done for Craftibly Craze. So let's see. And then that one was probably, I might put that up for a vote for my memberships. So if you guys don't already know about my membership, I do have one up. And the first tier is like, if you want to make sure your comments are answered back to. And then every once in a while I'll have a, what is it called? A poll for everybody on the membership. Also, I do that for everybody generally as well. But then every once in a while I'll have polls for only the diamond tier memberships, which are the $4.99, as well as the diamond tier memberships do get my weekly vlog videos of what I'm working on and just kind of general day-to-day things, which are a whole lot of fun. I have fun doing those. But yeah, I think that I will save that as a poll for, I don't know yet if I'll do ruby and diamond tier or diamond tier, which is what I named my tiers. But to figure out what I should kit up for the Craftibly Craze, and I'll let them choose at that time. So that's another way I choose diamond paintings to work on, is you guys. Let's see. My favorite seasonal type of diamond painting to work on. Ooh, that's hard. That's super hard. And it would definitely, guys, I don't know, because it really depends on the season. Like my favorite season to work on at that time is the season that it is. So that's a hard one for me. But if I had to choose any of them, it would probably be Halloween or Christmas. Probably leaning towards Christmas. Then, but there's so many good Halloween ones too. Just, I don't know, probably Christmas. Let's see, the next one is number 17, which is one kit or multiple. I think if you've been following my channel for any sort of amount of time, you know that I'm a poly whipper and I love multiple kits going on at the same time. Because I love hopping between them, although this really has been like the exception. I really have just been working on this one constantly, but most of the time I hop from kit to kit. As far as, oh, that's it. The next one, neutrals or colorful? Definitely colorful, with the exception of very light neutrals that are more of like a, oh, what's the word for it? Why can't I think of the word for it? Hold on, let me look at that for the next color first. Pastel. There we go. If they're like a pastel neutral, then I will definitely go for like a pastel neutral. I just think they're beautiful. Dreamer Designs actually just previewed one that was it's very much a neutral floral with like some purples and some beiges and some pinks and blues and stuff, but they're very neutral in color. But something like that I would absolutely love to do. Diamond Art Club's Fearless Familiar was a lot of neutrals and darks, but like with the very neutral pinks and blues, which I love, and pinks and purples that are like almost neutral pastels. Like I don't know how else to explain it, but those are my exception to the colorful rule for sure. Oh no, spilled. One of the kids is waiting outside listening. So if you hear noises, it's them. Which I don't know how they haven't gotten bored by now. Hopefully you guys aren't bored by my answers that are super long-winded, but they're really good questions, so they're very interesting. Large or small? So number 19 is large or small kits. Like, which ones do I prefer? I am full variety. I love having a variety of all different types to switch between and hop between for sure. I love having a huge diamond painting because of the detail you get, but I love having the smaller ones, the very snack size to travel with, and I love the medium ones to be able to like feel like I'm working through one faster. I just love having a mixture of all kitted up at the same time to hop between. Tweezers or pens, number 20. I definitely use pen. And I only use tweezers when I am doing ABs. Oh my gosh, sorry, I forgot the word for it. When I'm doing ABs, I will use them, and I actually got that from Michaela Renee as well. Thank you, Michaela. That they don't take the coating off like the pens do and the wax and putty do. So I really like that. But although sometimes if there's a big set of color blocking, I will use a pen and a wet cloth, which was, I believe, I'm so sorry, I don't remember which of you viewers had said that, but I did take your advice and I love it. Then let's see, we have squares or rounds. Oh, definitely squares. Definitely squares, but I love me some rounds too. And that's another thing that I will make sure to toggle between our rounds and squares. But just for like reference, I have one medium-sized round and one small round kitted up right now. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares kitted up right now. With the exception that my daughter has 2 rounds kitted up, which I counted in my last whip parade. And then that's it, yeah. So I might have miscounted, but yeah, I love squares, but love a good round too. Let's see, and a lot of it depends on the artwork too. Like I recently picked up a cat fedora from Unimade, and it's a round, and I wish it were in a square, but it didn't deter me from buying it because I love that artwork so much. And I'm excited to try Unimade. Let's see. Let's do the next one, which is AB placement method. I already answered, which is with tweezers or pen and wet cloth. Number 23, sectioning off. I am not much of a, I don't really like using not parchment paper. Oh my gosh, words today. You know what I'm talking about, like the release paper. There we go. That's not my favorite to work on. I feel like it's too busy for me, which some people feel about sectioning off with tape. But other than that, I use tape, washi tape, and I'll usually only section off the parts that I'm working on and then move the tape. And then when that tape starts to get old, I get new tape. Excuse me. But with Diamond Art Club, I really love this method right here I absolutely adore their so many people do not like it, but I really, really, really like the perforated cover so much. And then, so I'll use that and then use this to show me where the edge is, as well as I use it to lift it up. So I don't have to pull this back very far to get underneath, because the release paper or the cover goes past, but not enough to cover the next row, and I don't like having it open like that. I actually have a whole video recorded about it, and I just need to like edit and post it about how I use these, so maybe I'll leave it for that. But I do really really like this way to do it the best out of any of the methods. But other than that, I do like washi tape method. Diamond Art Club is coming out with a new perforated sheet that does have a darker part for the edging so that you can see where it leaves off. Let's see, number 24, do I have other hobbies? Like, I'm gonna stick to craft hobbies with this because I have a lot of hobbies, and a lot of them are like active hobbies. So as far as crafting hobbies go, I love, I didn't even get all that. What the heck am I doing? Why am I putting this away? I'm not done. But my other hobbies would definitely be crocheting, knitting and crocheting. I've tried so many. I love needle felting, which I really like it. I picked it up when I was sick and pregnant with Reese. So I have a hard time thinking about going back to it. But I do still have the stuff here and we'll probably pick it up again soon. Another thing that I love to do is macrame and just art in general. I love colored pencils, drawings that I'll do. I'll use colored pencils with coloring books, which is a fun hobby. But I also just make my own drawings with colored pencils. And then, although I haven't really recently. And then just I love acrylic. I've been trying to pick up on watercolor. I love art. I also have a lot of outdoor activities I like. And then musical hobbies, which would be my other thing that probably takes up my most hobby time, is piano and guitar and singing and stuff. And then let's see, number 25. Okay, so this is the last one, and it's who to tag. So I have a ton of people I want to tag. Some of them already got tagged by Michaela Renee, so I won't repeat that. So if you see this before you see Michaela Renee's and you're like not tagged on here, go check hers. And also if you're not tagged, I'm just keeping it down to a few, but you should totally still do this. Like tag everybody, but I just only have a few that I'm actually naming. So I tag Sophie's Help Desk, which I always want to say Sophia. I know it's not Sophia, but if I've said that in a previous video, I'm sorry. I just do that for some reason. The Yarn Over Store, which is Dawn, Ditsy's Diamond Den, and then Kara at Principal Diamond Painting. Or it's actually, she's the Principal Diamond Painter, is her actual channel name. Kat's Diamond Painting. And my happy place. Oh, also, sorry, I wrote it down on the other side because I ran out of room. My happy place, and that's Kim. And then Diamonds and Thoughts. So if you guys got tagged and want to do this video, go check out my description below of what the questions are and write them out down in a better way than I did. And then, so they make better sense. But I'll put the actual questions that Michaela put up so that you get the actual questions and not my chopped up version. So that was fun, Michaela. I loved doing that. And yeah, this should be coming out. Today's Friday, so this will be coming out Sunday. And I'm excited to see what you guys put. All right, guys, that's it. Bye.